Pero siyempre ako hindi rin malinaw sa akin kung anong pagkakaiba ng religion at saka religionism, ano?
Oo.
So
Hindi, ang pagkasabi ko naman sa religious predator,
okay.
maski na hindi sila religion, pero kung ginagamit nila ang parang pagkatakot natin sa Panginoon para makabentahe sila sa atin. Yun ang ibig sabihin.
Okay. Okay, tuloy tayo, no? Pero papasukin muna natin yung ating kaibigan from Chicago, Illinois, no? Si Joel Velvis, no? Okay, Joel, magandang gabi sa'yo at magandang umaga dyan. Siyempre, ang pinag-uusapan namin ngayon ni Engineer Art ay parang nagkakaroon kami ng overview o summary ng lahat ng advocacy ng Americans for a Better Philippines, ano? At itong particular na pinag-uusapan namin ngayon ay tungkol naman doon sa tanong na pinadidefine ng ating listeners kung ano ang ibig sabihin ni Engineer doon sa tinatawag na religious predator. So ito yung pinag-uusapan namin ngayon. Okay, Joel, magandang gabi ulit sa'yo.
Yeah, morning.
Good
morning, sir.
And good morning here.
Yeah.
Good morning, Joel.
So you were talking about religious predators.
Yes, sir.
So I think religious predators are like people who have the positions in the church, like the clergy, and those clergy have the knowledge to manipulate people in order to succumb to their teachings. I think that's predators.
Yes. That's one of the religious predators. People in the church or religious sects, sects, no, who take advantage of people's faith in God to use it to their advantage. They misinterpret a lot of things in the Bible, and then there are also individuals. Even a beggar can be a religious predator, because sometimes a beggar comes to you and uses God to scare you so that you would give him some money.
Exactly.
We also call them as religious predator. Anything that uses our faith in religion in order to manipulate us, so we could they could extract something from us. That's what we call the religious predator.
That's what it is. And there's a lot of good examples that people use religion to make. Sometimes they use it to make money. Katulad yung who are those who are those two religious leaders, and they found out that they were using money. Those Jesus is Lord movement. Here in America, I'm talking about here in America.
Yeah, we had their
They're husband and wife.
They were television evangelists, and then they found out that the money they accumulated, they spend $20,000 a month for the dogs. And then the other one, Baker,
family, yes.
And then Swaggart was caught by the police hiring expensive prostitutes with all the money.
Right.
Swaggart, he's the guy who was begging and crying for apology on TV. That's Swaggart. That's the two guys you're talking about.
Yeah, those two. This is a lot more that they found. There's a lot more examples that we can relate to. So
because like this Baker and Swaggart, when they were begging for money, they say we need to build churches and so many things for God. And then we find out they spend it on their dogs and their prostitutes. So they were cheating us on the premise that the money we send them is for God, whereas it is used for dogs and prostitutes.
That's right. So yeah. So those are the other examples. So so that's what we were talking about.
Uh-huh. Just a sample, but there are many other forms of religious predators. There are some who ask money on the pretext of building a church, but they keep on asking money, which is much more than the price of the church. We have known instances where they could have raised $2 million when the church is only $100,000. So there's a $1.9 million that they use for their personal profit.
Hello, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I was saying that there were instances when some religious organizations keep begging money to build a church, and then they already raised so much money, but the church is only a small portion of all the money that they collected. For example, they collected $2.5 million and they built a $100,000 church. So where's the rest of the money? They use it for their personal gain.
Hello, engineer, I can barely hear you.
Okay, wait a minute, okay. Okay, do you
Yeah,
do
now
you
I
know?
can hear
Okay,
you better now.
okay.
Yeah, the example was so many religious organizations, they keep asking for money on the pretext of building a church. And then, for example, they already raised $2.5 million, and they only build a $100,000 church. So the $2.4 million is for their personal use.
Right. Yep. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what happened to the Baker family when they found out that they were overpricing their followers about the contributions, and yet that the money that went to the contribution went to their own pocket.
Oh yeah, they live a extravagant lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's why they can afford a $20,000 manicure and air conditioning, dog house, and all kinds of things.